everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a golden going out look. So first, to start off, I'm doing e.l.f. eyelid primer in the shade Natural. I'm putting that directly on my eyes and blending it in with my fingers, making sure I get the lids as well as the upper right underneath my brow. Next, I'm taking my Squirrel crease brush and dipping it in this burnt orangey shade from my Beauty Treats palette and going lightly in my crease to define it. Next, with my Morphe M330 brush, I'm dipping that in the shade Penny from Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette and also defining my crease with that shade in that brush as well, going over it, making it look bigger and exaggerated. Next, I'm going to take the shade Brick, also from the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette, with my Morphe M200 brush. And I'm just doing that on my outer corners as well as my inner corners and blending that all in to make it look a lot more smooth. Next, with my Morphe M332 brush, I'm spraying that with Mario Badescu Rose Water and dipping it in a single shadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills in shade Henna and doing that on the top of my lid. It gives it this really sparkling look. Now for my lower lash line, I'm combining Penny and Brick, which I used from Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette, putting it on my Morphe M326 brush and running that on my lower lash line. Next, I'm using LA Colors Iced Pigment in shade Glowing, and I'm just pressing that on my lids for an extra shimmer. Lastly, for my eyes, I'm lining them with Stila Cushion Liner in Copper Brown and doing a deepened wing. It's a nice look when you're doing brown with gold because it complements each other instead of doing a harsh black liner. Now to prime my face, I'm starting off with Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration After Sun Aloe Gel. This works as a primer and also as a moisturizer. I'm using it because I'm super tan and I need all the hydration I can get. Plus it smells incredible. And I also like doing it on my neck for that extra coverage. Next, I'm using an all-natural argan oil and dropping some of it onto my large oval brush. Next, I'm blending Stila Illuminating Liquid Foundation in shade 70 Watts with a bit of my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in shade Toffee because I'm tan and I need a darker foundation to show my darker complexion. With that, I'm blending it with my finger, then I'm taking that and dotting it all over my face and blending it out with the argan oil covered oval brush. Then I put a bit of a lighter shade mixed with those two foundations to even out my skin tone even more and rub that in with a damp beauty blender. Next, for concealer, I'm using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Custard and doing that all in the highlighted area, so under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, chin, under cheekbones, and on my Cupid's bow around there and forehead. Then I'm blending that in with a small beauty blender, which I'll spray with Mario Badescu Rose Water. And after it's all blended, with my MAC Studio Fix powder in shade NC30, I'm using a small powder brush that I got from Target and just setting all those areas, making sure that the foundation will stay. Next, I'm contouring with my small oval brush and using my Amazon Cream Contour Kit and doing that in the shaded areas with the darkest shade from the contour kit. So my cheekbones, my jawline, my outer forehead, and the sides of my nose. Then I'm blending all that in with a tapered brush from Amazon. And for my nose, I am patting that all in with a small beauty blender. Now onto brows. I'm first using my Maybelline Brow Precise pencil in shade Deep Brown. So I'm taking the spoolie on one end, shaping my brows up to get that perfect arch at the bottom. I'm filling out my outer sides and just shaping the brow and doing the strokes in small motions to kind of imitate what hairs look like naturally. Then I'm using Ka-Brow from Benefit in shade 6 and filling in the rest of my brows. I like to focus on the outer corners to make them the darkest. Now I'm using my Brow Zings from Benefit in the shade Dark Brown, and I'm using the powder in that just to put on the edges of my eyebrows to make them even more darker and more natural looking. Next, I will carve out my brows with Hard Candy Camouflage Concealer in Fair with my Ardell eyebrow brush, so I just do that underneath and over the top to make them look perfectly straight and arched. And then after that's a bit blended, I blend it even more with a small sponge. Next, I'm doing bronzer to set my contoured areas. So I'm using my Hoola bronzer by Benefit with my Hoola brush for my cheekbones. And then I'm switching brushes to my Morphe M104 brush for my temples, outer forehead, and jawline. Then I'm blending that all out with my Morphe M439 brush and just making it look really seamless. Next, to highlight, I'm spraying a tiny sponge with Mario Badescu Rose Water and putting a drop of Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in shade Moonlight, and I'm putting that on my cheekbones as well as under my brow bone and temples and the tip of my nose, and I'm just really blending that to get that really highlighted effect. Then for blush, I'm using my Milani blush in shade Luminiso. This is a really pretty pinky red color. I'm doing that on the apples of my cheeks with my Morphe M106 brush, and I do the apples and I shade up. Next, to really highlight the already highlighted areas, I'm taking my Morphe M310 brush, which is my fan brush. I'm dipping that in Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in So Hollywood, and I'm doing all the areas that I highlighted before to get them extra illuminated, so my cheekbones, my brow bones, my temples, the point of my nose, and my cupid's bow. Now for lips, I'm lining them with CoverGirl Lip Perfection lip liner in shade Smoky. This is my favorite all-time drugstore lip liner. It goes on so nicely, it's so smooth, and it's just really nice. Next, I'm using my NYX Lip Lingerie in shade Ruffle Trim, and then taking a piece and putting that all over my lips, pushing them together, and then taking a pea-sized amount of my Kylie Cosmetic Lip Kit in the shade Exposed, and doing that on the top as well as the bottom, just with my index finger patting it in to give it that nice look. And lastly, for mascara, I'm doing my usual, They're Real by Benefit. Alongside with my Angel Veil Push-Up Mascara from Maybelline. I'm just individually getting each eyelash, making sure that each of them look tall as well as curly, which is my best look. And after I'm done that, I finish up with Mario Badescu Rose Water all over my face, and that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Thank you for subscribing and liking. I really appreciate everything, and you guys are the reason I'm doing this. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial.